That's right. It's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle It grab bag. And tonight we're pulling out, oh look, a Zoom parody, more specifically, Zoom, the restaurant, from JGI at Home. Hit new show, folks. Check it out. Episode 2.
Hi there, Dragon. I'll be your waiter today. So what do we start with? You want me to start you off with some drinks? I'll just give you a minute to decide. I'm just gonna go check on my other tables. All right.
You don't know Tiki's wearing the Steve Martin Lederhosen right now.
Oh no! Oh god!
Bringing the champagne with the bottle cap.
Oh god! Would you like to sniff the bottle cap, Dragon?
Yes, that'd be good.
Oh, all right.
Do you have any straws?
Right. So it's JGI Grab Bag, Zoom, the restaurant. This is part of JGI at Home, week 2. My God, Dragon, we're only on week 2 in the Grab Bag, and they're on week 4. We're really slacking, but I guess we don't really have a choice because we do one sketch a week. So, my God, Dragon. So JGI at Home. I mean, we say this every week, folks. I mean, we're pretty much broken records at this point. But folks, JGI at Home is basically like, it's got the comedy chops that SNL should have, mixed with the flair and style and personality of all that. So it's like the best of both worlds, Dragon. It's got mature, great, well-handled humor like the best of SNL, and it's got a wonderful framing device and wonderful personality like all that. It really is the complete package.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, last night we were regaled with JGI at Home episode 4, and oh boy, was it a big one, Dragon! Oh my God! Oh, it rocked the house.
God.
I mean, first of all, Dragon, I just want to state for the record, like, I've enjoyed all the musical guests that we've had so far. But Constantine, man, I mean, you saw this happening in the chat. No, not the prog. You saw this happening in the chat, but man, my mom and I were the biggest Constantine fans back in the day, back when he was on Idol, Dragon. So I gotta tell you, it was a thrill and kind of surreal to see Constantine on JGI. It really was. Other than that, it was just like a cavalcade, just a great cavalcade of wondrous content. Thank you. Of wondrous content. I would say the 2 highlights for me would be Ponzio's sketch, which just had me rolling. And then, oh my God, Dragon, that wondrous sketch at the end there, which brought in practically every single player who's ever been involved with JGI.
Yes, the HBO Max audition. I mean, you think, like, how is JGI going to step it up from the from the actors audition process in terms of all the audition comedy you can muster? But they found a way. It was kind of the end game of the audition sketches.
It really was. It really was the JGI end game.
Yep. It was sort of. Okay, I was like sort of like on your left.
Oh God. So yeah, just overall, I think the night was a rousing success. I think Ponzio delivered his best sketch yet. I think that the cold opens just keep getting better and better, and I love how many running gags and storylines we have through the cold opens. I mean, folks, I can't say enough good things about JGI at Home. It truly is something special, and it's honestly an honor to be a part of it. In some way, you know.
Yeah, we got to see it launch. I mean, Tiki, in our lifetimes, we'll never have seen SNL kind of give their very first sketch, and we may or may not have. All that's kind of a different organism because it kind of deflates my point here. But you know what I mean? All history unfold before our eyes. You know, we saw.
Dragon, were you there? Did you watch the very first episode of All Night on premiere night? I didn't think so. I didn't either. If I did, I can't recall if I did. So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know I was there for the all that part. I don't think I was there at the very beginning. I know I was there when they did the relaunch. Right. I don't know if I was there for the original. But the point being,
I was there when they did the relaunch too. That was fun.
I'm saying we're all there for the anyway. Point being, the point being, we were there there for something special. We rooted for these guys. We were the ones saying, of course these guys are better than SNL, doing what SNL should be doing. And they put their money where their mouth is. You know what SNL? We're going to see if they can keep it up at home. Answer: they couldn't. JGI, who's been kind of been practicing this, been building up their strength from comedy at home, from comedy kind of on the small scale, but with big fire in their hearts. And my God, they've been proven on a regular basis. And now it's like, okay, let's stream together. Let's show SNL how it's done. Let's take them to the cleaners. And my God, they took them to the cleaners. So episode 4, so again, best episode yet so far. I think I might definitively be able to say that because they've all been good. They've all been fantastic. There was like a recent poll about what's the best episode. I mean, I think the one won it. I think one won it. I voted for 2 because 2 is a really good one. Of course, now we have 4, so 4 now.
I got to admit, I'm still, like, as much as I love 4, I'm still kind of partial to 3 just because of how awesome that Wiseau trailer was.
It was great.
And also 3 gave us the Robin sketch. I mean, come on.
It did. I mean, I don't know. There's just such a polish on 2, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. Dragon, all four of them could legitimately have arguments for being the best one yet. I mean, that's a mark of a great program right there.
And basically, that polls before episode 4 happened. Now I'm a little bit more inclined with 4, but you see, we're simpatico. They've all been really impressive in different ways. Something to highlight though: Jenny Tran and Daryl Delaney. These guys. They've been bringing it big time. Jenny Tran is now like a name to be reckoned with, and I can tell. Piper,
she is. Yeah,
Piper, at least in the fictional setting, is getting a little antsy about that. You can see the fear, but by the same token, Piper's doubling down with her Gina Davis. Which when I heard that Gina, here's the thing, I felt stupid. I heard Gina Davis was going to be the guest, and I felt so stupid for a moment. I was like, wait a minute, Gina Davis? It's like, of course, like we had Nick Cage. Last week, it's got you, of course. How stupid I was. Like, how I didn't. Point being, though, I never.
Well, at least we didn't have like Sipka masquerading as Constantine or something like that. Because I will admit, when I saw Constantine's name up there, I was like, wait a minute, the Constantine?
No, it is. I mean, Piper and Gina Davis was something I was very much looking forward to. I wanted more of it, but what we got was good for sure. It was excellent. Again, HBO Max was definitely the standout. Moving on to what we're here to talk about today.
All right, set it up.
Okay, so the Zoom restaurant sketch, again, part of episode 2. This was co-directed by both Joshua Thomas, the man himself, and Piper Henson, the Amazon goddess of funny on JGI. Or Nick Cage Superman and the Amazon goddess of funny, that Piper Henson. There's a team up for you anyway.
And it's great to see another JGI sketch that has like a trio of actors working together again, because of course through the first 3 episodes, for the most part, we've seen like duos, of course, but we've not really seen like a group all together. And even though they're in different locations, it is nice to see the chemistry.
Certainly. This was written by Piper Henson. It's kind of Piper's baby in many regards. And it was edited by Joshua Thomas, because I don't know if it's just like, don't get me wrong, Katie's been doing a bang-up job with the editing, but everyone's been essentially editing their own sketches, but Josh has been stepping in, as he tends to do, because the man's an editing machine. And I don't know if it's like maybe like a little bit of like, this man knows how to edit in these end times that we face, so we got to defer to the man to really edit kind of our ambitious sketches like this. I mean, I can't remember who edited the HBO Max sketch. I'm going to assume Joshua Thomas, given the big hurdle that I'm sure that is. Anyway, so this sketch in a roundabout way kind of posits the future of dating and dinner plans in a post COVID world with comedy.
Pretty much.
All right. So let's break it down. So we have trying to establish a connection. Oh, I see the parallels. Do you? Establishing connection. Okay, anyway, so we have the opening, which is which, by the way, this opening is a combination of Zoom, and the whole sketch itself is a combination of Zoom and Adobe Premiere. That's how he's doing.
Oh, really? Huh. Interesting.
It's kind of a fusion. Basically, I assume they're on a Zoom call, but kind of the editing, kind of a little jerry rigging of it all, it's kind of done through Adobe Premiere. I assume.
Sure.
All right, we enter the virtual date. So we have Eddie Chavo.
Once again, great name.
Yep, Eddie Chavo, my friend. Let's see Eddie. Remember, Eddie Chavo may know Ken Armand because he looks awfully a lot. If he had the glasses and the vest
Oh
on,
no.
I don't know.
Is Eddie Chavo the same character, Dragon? Is
I mean,
this?
you know,
We didn't get a name on him. We didn't get a name.
You're right. I mean, he was just a manager, and this could be what Eddie does on the weekends. We don't know.
Oh,
we don't know.
Of course, folks, we're talking about Poncio's role in one of our all-time favorite JGI sketches. If buying an orange, we're like buying a car.
A sketch so good, you were sold on it just from the thumbnail. We saved it just for the thumbnail, and we got to it. We were
never let Joshua Thomas live down just how good of a name Ken Armand is.
Ken Armand is still again. They were teasing up guest stars. I gotta say, we had a lot of guest stars in that Endgame sketch this week, but no, not the Tad Endgame sketch. The Endgame S sketch with HBO Max. So there's no confusion there. But my point is, there was one actor. I was just fingers crossed. Didn't happen yet, but maybe 1 week when we get a guest star from JGI's past. I'm fingers crossed for Jesse McBride. And they were teasing up the whole, hey, we're going to do a sequel to a sketch. And I mean, I
know, dude. I know. I was like, nah, no way. No, but I mean, they know how much we love that sketch and how much we'd love to see more of that character. So
I mean, I felt stupid because I know Fago Rain has been been pleading for a Man's World 2 and actually put it together. Of course, like I think she's literally been saying, Man's World 2 or a Man's World. But anyway,
all right, we're getting off track.
You're right. Okay, making it tight again. Making it tight. Okay, so Poncio playing Eddie Chavo and Sarah Roberts played by the incomparable KMG, otherwise known as Katie Mary Garland.
KMG.
Brandy. So these two crazy kids, they're on their first virtual date. Let's hear it for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we get some nice awkward but pleasant small talk. Like, oh, you look great. This is the first time I've put on real clothes in like a month. Yeah, I just go for casual Friday every day. What day is it? Huh? Monday? I don't know.
Yep, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So, Poncio, by the way, bringing the charm. I love the charm that Poncio's bringing here. Poncio, again, always making kind of the wise choices in these sketches here, man. I love it. He's just kind of going with, he's just playing it very genuine up front here, basically building kind of the Charlie Brown rise and fall as it goes through, as it gets to the ending.
Right, so they're just complimenting each other's places. He's like, "Yeah, your kitchen's about how I expected." Oh, you were already picturing what my kitchen looked like. And
that's what I'm talking about. I dig the writing so much on the flirtatious nature of that chemistry right there. It's like, oh, that's so darn cute.
And then enters a force to be reckoned with.
Now the sketch was already okay. I see where they go, a little Hallmarky kind of little sketch here. Okay, that's fine. And then enters the funny.
Oh God!
She may not be Steve Martin wearing lederhosen, but she's the next best thing. It's Melissa.
She has all the tact of that one waiter from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, you're right. He is like. I feel bad. I should have looked into that guy's name, but yeah.
I can Google it really quick if you want.
It's gonna be a long while, Tiki, but by all means. Okay, the point being, we have Melissa, played by Piper Hinson, and of course, I love this, of course, classic JGI with the comedy turn of like, okay, we're kind of building a little bit of kind of a Hallmarky, like kind of cutesy, little maybe relationship comedy within the absurdity of the COVID. Trent, yes, Trent. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, point being, very Trent-like, this Melissa. So. Talking about season 5 Breaking Bad, if anyone wants to look.
That was actually shockingly easy to Google. All I Googled was, what is the name of the waiter from Breaking Bad Confession?
It's from Confession from season 5. Folks.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, so in Melissa, of course, classic JGI, we have the comedy term where now she enters the fray here. We'll take our premise of the waiter's ridiculous inclusion into the affair.
God.
All right. So basically, the waiter can
Zoom the restaurant.
I love how friendly she is, and with the backdrop curtain too. Which that was the thing that really sold it. Oh god, she's wearing like gold. She's got the uniform going on there. She's got the big black backdropy curtain, like
the tied back hair.
Yeah. She's great. So the point is, they're going leaps and
Poncio's
bounds.
just like, hi, and then she's just like smiling that shit-eating grin. Who are you? How'd you get on this call?
Completing the illusion for sure.
Oh, I'm Melissa. I'm your Zoom waitress for your date. I love I love how our two main characters here, they kind of have different reactions to it. Like Poncio was just genuinely like bemused and curious about the situation, and KMG, she's very skeptical about it. You know, she's very much like, oh, this is a hacker, this is a fraud. So we get two sides of, you know, kind of looking at this very unusual situation.
Which upon a rewatch, of course, is old Sarah here pulling kind of almost a Kim Wexler-esque kind of scam. But again, so well by addressing the scam beforehand, really clever.
Sure.
So anyways, the point is like they're going to question this. Eddie kind of sees an in here of like, you know, we could roll with this. You know, maybe it'll make some good lively conversation to spice up this date and, you know, kind of complete the illusion, as it were. Like, how the heck is this working? Basically, it's a new feature on Zoom. We're trying to. It's like, you know, it's the kind of thanks to the horny people in the Bumble app. You know, we got the idea for this sort of thing. So of course, now we begin the visual 3-shot, which is great. Basically, the image we had before is here. This is genius. This is where things get interesting. Okay, now we have like the back. And of course, when she leaves frame, we still like the curtains there, which does, I gotta admit, those add to the ambience in a restaurant. It's nice.
It does, yeah.
Her job is to make the virtual first date feel like a real one. Okay, let's see. So basically, well, how are you going to do this? Were you on a call? It's like, oh yes, I'm just going to check in periodically, ask you your food and drink and whatnot, and it's like I'm not even here. Of course, she isn't there. Really. Okay, so as you said, Eddie's voicing kind of the truth. Again, now we have Poncio dropping the moral here, just saying, like, why would anyone on this earth go for this sort of thing? But it makes a valid point where, you know what?
Dragon, honestly, if it was me, I would be so curious.
I would be so curious. If you're all about the foodie and the eating excursions, you would absolutely be into this. Anyway. So Eddie here, he's voicing like, you know, we all got to wear a mask. We can only go to the grocery store and Disneyland's closed. Let's go for it.
Truth, Poncio. Truth.
Hashtag truth. Yes.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it as much as I am.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So look at your menus. Can I get you?
I'm honestly surprised that Poncio didn't drop an Animal Crossing reference in there somewhere. All we can do is play Animal Crossing.
Let's see. So so Melissa asked if they want any drinks. And of course, Poncio points out, like, I've already poured myself a cocktail, and Sarah's got a rosé, which I want to say may or may not be the signature drink of Katie Mary Garland. I'm not sure. Anyway,
if it isn't, it should be.
It feels like on brand for her. You know, she can buy herself as a rosé girl. She's perky enough to pull off rosé. I don't know. Anyway, so we have our three. The point being, we have our three powerhouse performers here. 3 out of kind of the quadrant, if you will. 3 of, you know, of course, Joshua Thomas kind of behind the scenes on this one. You know, kind of our 3 performers. Piper Henson is the MVP. Katie Mary Garland is the balance, and Poncio is kind of coming in for the kill at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it's wonderful. Look at the menu. I'll be right back. I have to check on my other tables.
God.
I love it when she walks off frame. That's my favorite part.
Yes. She just does that like little bow.
Yeah, it's like she's out, man.
Oh God. I think Sarah, she's very amused by this. What menu?
Absolutely. So the couple, essentially, they're talking about the unusual circumstances, kind of bantering and being all cutesy, getting the patter going on. Let's see. So
Sarah brings up the hacker theory.
Again, kind of pulling a slip and Kimmy here, just kind of addressing the con here to kind of like pull it over his eyes.
Poncio, he's very much like, well, I mean, she's in a waiter costume. Seems pretty elaborate if it's just a hack.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. After that, so anyways, of course, we're talking about like they're doing a toast. They're doing a toast from 2 different locations here. They're toasting the first dates, and you know, maybe a strange start to something beautiful.
Poncio, man, he's a charmer.
That's what I'm saying. He's so darn charming in this sketch, man. You're getting rooting for him, which is the point. He's setting it up, and then comes in for the kill at the end. So then they are interrupted.
So right as they're toasting, Piper just comes right in. Hi, you two. Did we decide on food? And then, oh my god, Dragon, I love just the look, just the bug-eyed look where she has the padded bed.
And just give him the nod as Ponce, like she's not like she's locked into the role here. That's the idea. She's locked into the role here, and of course, I love what all this is achieving. Wallace is trying to get at here is like it's nostalgia for the restaurant experience, which is a really heady idea.
Totally.
Which, if you look at Tiki, if you look at our culture now, at least what it was, maybe a few months ago. But my point being, if you look at the culture as it was, we've been replicating the restaurant experiences in many ways. We've been going for the '50s diner. We've been doing all that. Sometimes, like vaguely, like going to like a Back to the Future setting, we're replicating the '80s cafe experience.
Right.
And now this is kind of like mapping out the satire of the future. God. We're going to be replicating just the average, ordinary restaurant experience.
It's scary but true, Dragon.
That's kind of what we're flirting with here. Almost like RoboCop, kind of like the sci-fi world of the future. Like we're just kind of looking at what we're going to be looking back on. It's crazy.
We haven't really discussed it, but I am not optimistic about the future of movie theaters for one. So yeah, I think we're going to have to be recreating a lot of things soon.
Oh, part of me is already dreading Tenet. Not for the movie. The movie looks amazing, but I mean, I'm dreading Tenet for the excursion.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it even happens.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's going to happen, Tiki. It's just getting to it's going to be a nightmare. Anyway, so we linger on Melissa's face as Ponce is kind of pointing out here, like just breaking down the logic as he tends to do. I decide on food last week when I went to the grocery store. And you have the Piper nod here. It's like it's in one ear, out the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Sarah here with, yeah, this is really weird. I mean, I have food because I made it.
Well, I see you both picked excellent choices. So we'll let you enjoy your meal.
Just the unflappable Melissa here, just putting a positive spin on here. Like she ain't breaking characters, like a Disney cast member on hiatus right now.
Oh, you're damn right. She's a Disney cast member. That's exactly the vibe I get.
Oh, God. Anyway, so can I get you more water? I love the idea.
There's water.
Oh my God.
Water. There's water.
Now you brought that up. Oh my God. It suddenly dawned on me.
What?
Look, think about how full circle things have gone to. We used to mock the Ash Ketchum sketch for being a restaurant inside of a home.
Yes. Oh my God.
Now look at, oh my God, it was progressive the whole time. They were thinking forward. We were it was us. We were stupid.
All right. All right, before we discover even more glitches in the Matrix, Dragon, let's move forward.
So, how retroactive of us. So, okay, anyway, so you mean, so I can get more water for myself? So again, the absurdist comedy bounds. She goes off. She springs out of her chair to go check on the other tables yet again. Then the couple's conversing.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how it's really weird, they're like, should I call you back? Says Sarah, which is interesting. Again, she's dedicated to this con, man. Once we get to her,
she is, yeah.
Let's see. So, and of course, Ponce, he's kind of championing it. Well, it's distracting, but it does feel like a real day. The waitress always kind of pop in like.
I just love Ponce's just unbridled curiosity, Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like. Like, how did she get this gig? Does she really work for a restaurant?
Yep, and again, he's just driving. Again, he's wonderfully. Again, he's like he's getting into the kind of the conversational kind of hook of like, well, okay, we got something to talk about now with this whole crazy thing. So let's get into kind of almost the Seinfeldian kind of like mundane conversation, but again, make it all kind of cutesy and hallmarky. So then Sarah points out, like, yeah, like you think if she were a hacker, she'd be trying to, steal stuff from our hard drives and everything, which of course leads to this wonderful bit with Ponce where he's going, yeah, why keep saying that? And what she mean by other tables? And of course, then she returns, and again, just returns asking for the check all of a sudden. They haven't even taken a bite of food, man. So hey, well, here's your check. Pay it whenever you want. Pay you.
Dragon, I will say, as a foodie, that is one of my big pet peeves is when you can rush me through a meal, man. That's one surefire way to get a low tip from me, honestly.
Waiters beware.
No, I'm just saying, like if I'm at a restaurant, I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to feel pressured, you know.
I know he's the Charles Bronson of tippers. I get it.
Look, I'm saying I usually over tip, all right? So bad tip
No,
for
no,
me
no, no.
is like
I'm not casting dispersion. I'm just saying it's a little funny. Okay, moving on.
Right,
anyway, so what is Ponce's response to? We have to pay you?
Sorry, Dre, I don't have it written down. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so what she says is like, oh, never mind. I got what I need. And of course, we reveal she's been a hacker. Hope y'all had fun. So then we have the big reveal, Tiki. What is the big reveal?
And then Katie's just like, oh, you got what you need? Bye, sucker.
You know what's funny?
And then both of them drop out of the call pretty much at the same time.
We don't hear sucker nearly enough these days, do we? You know, because I'm thinking back to the Tick. Oh God, I miss the Tick when I have like, deal with that sucker. Anyway, okay, yeah. So that was
I'm still not over the fact that the Tick was canceled, Dragon.
I know.
I'm still not over it.
No. I mean, we had Lobster Babies, man. How could they not have given us a season 3 after Lobster Babies?
And Chairface was like almost guaranteed to be a thing.
I don't know about that, but I wanted Chairface. We were going to get Thraknazog, but I'm
saying we got a setup for Chairface.
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah. Anyway. So, okay, let's see. Back to right. Okay, so the clever twist of it all here is just, again, we've poor guy. I love the little detail with the fake server URL. It's like fake server at yougotscammed.gov or something. If you look at the bottom of the screen once they leave, and also I love this little detail in the construction. I guess the Adobe Premiere or something. The red that you see around the three boxes right now.
Yeah.
It then turns to black, so we take like the red of passion and love, and like
that, yeah,
and it just goes to dark abyss of hopelessness.
I was wondering if that was like an editing choice or if that was just naturally what Zoom did when someone drops out of the call.
I mean, it might be, but I'm just saying if you were going to have the option to change the setting, point being, it's all thematic. Here. But that's the thing. Overall, it's a really clever twist to having her be like a scam the whole time, and again, it makes it like crushes like a kind of our Charlie Brown-esque Poncio here, trying to go at the little red-haired girl.
Oh God!
So he's anyway. So point being, Poncio has been fleeced, and then he calls American Express. You remember how the exchange goes?
Hi, American Express. I need to cancel a credit card. Yes, another one.
The black card, which is
a black card. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, another one. Then we have the tag gag, which I think this was already. I think we've had this before, but I love we brought it back because it's been such a long time. This is a really funny one. The idea they prepared for, hey, check out our content, and thank you for watching. Then Piper dubs over herself with the sketch you just watched. So it's really funny. And that's it.
All right. So final thoughts on this one, Dragon. I really do think it's great. I think that the three performers really hold themselves very, very well. I really like that all three of them they're kind of like all on different wavelengths, and it's a great kind of balancing actor performance because, of course, Piper's the really over the top one, and then Katie's the cagey one, right? She's the one who has to act skeptical, but is really in on the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Poncio's just the oblivious one, man. And so I really love how all three of them just kind of like bounce off of each other. And so, yeah, it's definitely one of the highlights of JGI at Home Week 2. Like it a lot.
Yeah, so this sketch is kind of a commentary on the unusual status quo that we're kind of currently faced with. Also, kind of a sly PSA about being careful within these desperate times. It's got the humor of kind of a rom-com with the chemistry, the rom-com chemistry of it all, with that JGI standard of quality of being. We have like with Piper Hinson in the fray, we turn up the dial of the absurdity just a little, and it all comes together at the end very well. Definitely, for me, honestly, before we, it's hard to say which was the best sketch of episode 2, but this one for me, at least in the first watch, was the best sketch, and I'm feeling like I'm leaning towards that again. This was probably the MVP of episode 2. Okay,
all right.
That does it for now until the next exciting. Oh, well, sorry, let me say this first, folks. Don't forget, if you want us to cover anything outside of the we're still in episode 2 land right now. If you want us to cover something more current or any sketch in particular that they upload in the aftermath, just put in the comments, put it on the JGI Discord. We'll see.
Can I put in a request?
Well, I think it's kind of cheating, but what did you have in mind?
Oh, you know me. I'm really looking forward to getting to Handsy Man. But I'm just kidding.
Okay. Point being, folks, if you have any suggestions, anything you really want us to cover, we will absolutely cover. We'll shout you out. We'll go the whole 9 yards for you. Otherwise, we're going to keep going sequentially so nothing gets lost in the shuffle. And again, the grab bag's filling up. Okay. So, that brings us to a close until the next exciting reach into the Just Give the Grab Bag.
Would you be interested in any dessert this evening? Any? Oh wait, Claude, I'm sorry, I love you, but there's not the time for it, Claude.
Gotta keep it on point, buddy. We'll get you next time.
I haven't watched Amphibia yet, Claude. No, but I plan to. I plan to. All right, have a good night, everyone. Nice to see you, Claude.
Later, Jose.